so we don't want to forget to look under the tail, and maybe you did that when you took the temperature, but don't forget. Because remember, we have anal glands. He's a very hairy dog, but no abnormalities here. We also want to feel his integument, his skin. So you can kind of do that as you go along, or you can feel later. Just run your hands. The goal is to touch everywhere so that you don't miss any lumps or bumps. See, if I hadn't been looking, maybe I would have missed our little scratch. Alright, then we want to flex and extend the legs. I'm only going to do 2 today, but you could do all 4. So, some dogs don't like their toes touched, so you could start at the shoulder and go down to the toes, or you could start at the toes. But I just want to feel it. How does his shoulder feel? What about his elbow? Down to his carpus and down to his toes. He said, just don't mess with my toes. You can do the same thing. You can do his hip. You can palpate his knee, flex and extend. His hock or his ankle. And again, down to his toes. I can palpate between each toe, even though he doesn't really like it. But you can do that with all 4 legs. And lastly, you could do lymph nodes. You can do those as you go, working your way from head to tail, or you could just do it at the end. So remember the mandibular or submandibular, they're under the mandible. They're little beans or peas. And I can feel them, but I know some of you were frustrated that you couldn't. So just knowing where they are. Then you can do the prescapular in front of the scapula. And they'll usually just pop out of your fingers. You do that on both sides. So if I feel his scapula is right there. So about 1/3 of the way up, roughly, is where they are. And I just reach in and let all that kind of pinch gently and let all of that kind of slide out from under my fingers. And usually you'll feel that lymph node. I don't know if you could see it pop out of my fingers. But you could do that on both sides. And then the easiest are usually the popliteals, just behind the knee. And again, I'm going to gently pinch and let all that tissue slide out of my fingers, and that lymph node usually pops right out. And you can do it on both sides. Some dogs are easier than others, but again, the popliteals are usually the easiest to find. So that's your basic physical exam.